The Department of Labor's new conflict of interest rule will have the immediate impact of reducing unnecessary retirement investment fees for consumers by $17 billion. That clearly is a big win for the American consumer, but at the same time, that's profit margin that's being reduced by the financial services industry. As a result, whoever takes office next year will be under considerable pressure to dial back and potentially dilute and water down this rule.
So those who may just disagree with a best interest standard and don't want to change the way they've been acting certainly are free to keep pushing legislation or try to challenge this in court.
We hope that what is next for the industry is signaled by the type of comment made by John Thiel of Merrill Lynch, they applaud the department for making significant changes in the rule and ready to move forward to put in place a best interest standard for America's retirement savers.
There clearly will be opportunities for a new administration to change the rule. However, I'm frankly more concerned with how the industry will interpret the rule, interpret the BICE, interpret what exactly does it mean to be in an investor's best interest. There's broad latitude built into the rule as a principles-based rule by design, and there are lots of questions on how exactly a lot of particulars will be interpreted, and that's what we should be looking at, I think, more closely than what the next administration may or may not do.
Certainly, it really does depend on the upcoming election. If there is a Democratic president, the Democratic president would be in place to veto any congressional action that may occur. I think only in a situation where you have a Republican House, Senate, and President, there is certainly the possibility that Congress could take action. At that point in time, really what Congress would have to do really is modify and amend the underlying statute of ERISA itself to make changes in the statute. Quite frankly, we think that that is very unlikely, and essentially by the time a new administration is in place, we are very hopeful that firms and organizations will line up behind the rule, will begin implementing the rule, and that there will be no real pressure to change the rule.
The SEC actually has broader authority, and we would have preferred to have the SEC take the lead in the process. But there is significant overlap between the areas of authority where the SEC has the ability to act as well as where the Department of Labor has the ability to act.
What I think is very important for us all to remember is that these are two very different regulatory regimes and statutory structures.
We're a little bit disappointed that the Department of Labor did not closely collaborate with the SEC and with FINRA in developing these rules.
As the SEC might now move forward is that we work to be sure we have understandability, that we have, as I call, simply elegant coordination between these two standards, and that it is easy for the financial advisor and it is easy for the consumer as they move forward with a SEC fiduciary standard and a DOL fiduciary standard.